Welcome to my channel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hi guys, welcome to a budget video. So this is exciting. I haven't done a budget video in a long time. Now before we get into my August budget, I do want to go through the 10 Rand saving challenge. I've had a few people DM me asking to please explain what is the 10 Rand saving challenge, how does it work. They want to be part of it as well. So it's very simple, it's very easy. On my Instagram, or I can even email you, you can go onto the link. I'll leave the link below of the BFF, so the Budget for Freedom Instagram page. You go onto the link and you download the templates for the 10 Rand saving challenge, and then you start the challenge. So this is envelope number 1, envelope number 2, and I'm now on envelope number 3. So if we open up these envelopes here, there is 10 rands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There is 20 10 rands because of the 20 spaces. So each time you come across a 10 rand, you highlight a space and you put your 10 rand in your envelope. So that's envelope number 1. Envelope number 2. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's envelope number 2. As you can see, I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating, you guys. I'm just going to put it out here. So that's envelope 1 and envelope 2. Envelope 3 just has 1 10 rand in it. And I'm about to put in another one. So I'm going to highlight number 2 here. Now how this works is, because I get a lot of questions like, Norma, I don't use cash. Where am I supposed to get cash? I want to be part of this challenge. So I don't know if you've realized, but in South Africa, there's no more value in just 10 rand. 10 rand can't buy you bread. 10 rand can't buy you aromats. It can't buy you anything that can bring value to you. It can't buy you unhealthy things. Like, I mean, chocolate is even 10 rand 99. So maybe it can get you like a small soda, small Coca-Cola, like chips, I don't know, go slows, like the cheap chips. Like, it can't do much. But when you save it, so when you save it with the envelope challenge, the 10 rand envelope challenge, you now have 200 rand. 200 rand has value. Now if you keep going, you now have 400 rand. So this is 400 rand here, just from 1 10 rand. It all started with just 1 10 rand, and now I have 400 rand, 420 rand in my hands. So when I fill up this envelope right here, I'm going to have 600 rand in my hands. So if you are interested in joining this challenge and seeing progress, definitely go to my BFF and download BFF Instagram page and download the template and just start saving. Now a lot of people ask me, Norma, I don't use cash. Where am I supposed to get cash? First of all, that's mistake number 1. So what I do is, when I do my budget, I have this envelope right here that, let's say I'm budgeting 800 rand on groceries for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to withdraw the 800 rand and put it in this envelope right here. Now when I go to the grocery store, I use cash. So chances are there's going to be change coming back. And also when you use cash, you stick to your budget. So whether the things that you bought at the grocery store are 20 rand extra or 50 rand extra, you don't have that with you. So you're going to have to look in your basket and see, okay, what don't I need? Like a 2 liter of Coke or something that you actually don't need, you can just take that out. And that way you stick to your budget. It also creates this discipline for you, and you don't take away money from other things. Like, let's say for example, you are swiping your card. If you get to the till and it says it costs 850, in your mind you're like, oh, it's just 50 rand, and then you swipe that. But now you've taken 50 rand away from petrol, you've taken 50 rand away from transport, from data, from anything else that you might have budgeted for, that along the road in the month you're going to start borrowing 50 rand because now you are short. So let's get into the budget. So this is the Budget for Freedom journal that I designed. I am doing a pre-order, and all journals will be shipped out in September. I do order them in the USA, so I am going to take pre-orders, and I'll place the order at the end of August, and then all journals will be shipped out to everyone here in South Africa in September. So in this journal, it has each and every monthly layout for you. So I started in August because I was just testing it out, but I'm going to start with everyone else as well at the beginning of the year with like it has a spot to set goals, quarterly goals, and also like put your budget into categories like household, food, entertainment, savings, Skylar, anything else. So let's look at August. So my August budget, what I first do is I put okay, sorry, I'm sounding all over the place. I haven't done this in a long time. So it is a undated layout. As you can see right here, there's no numbers. The reason why I do it this way is because we don't all get paid at the same time. And also I want you to buy it any time of the year, any time of the month, without feeling like you're wasting papers. So if it was dated, it means if it was a 2021 dated journal and you're looking for a journal now, you've already wasted all these papers because they are dated. So you're just going to use the remaining 4 months to the year, 5 months. So here you dated yourself. And another thing, I like dating it in the week that I'm going to get paid. So as you can see here, I got paid on Friday the 23rd. So I started the date on the 19th that week. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then I put payday. And then after that, every single date has to have a reason why I need to spend money on that date. So for example, here on the 27th, as you can see, there is no reason. So there is no reason for me to spend money unless it's a worst case scenario or something actually happens, like how we just had a funeral. I spent more on petrol than I budgeted, but you'll see that at the end of this month. I'm going to come back and close up my budgets with you, just so you see how I close up my budget for unexpected expenses like that. Okay, so payday is on the 23rd. I put that down, and then the day after payday, I usually sort out rent, and then I sort out petrol, gym, Netflix. Gym and Netflix are debit orders, but petrol, I then put it on the side in a different account for petrol where I can get e-bucks and things like that. And then the following week, I then sort out anything that needs to come up. So car insurance, Christmas savings, and also petrol on that date. So this petrol will then come out of that card that I have sent the petrol money to. 28 is, so everything in blue is basically income, like highlighted in blue. So 28, someone was owing me 250, so they were sending that on the 28th because they get paid on the 28th, and I ticked that because I received it. 29th was nothing, and then 30th, my fiance gets paid, so then I put that down as well. End of the month is usually when I sort out our savings. We are saving for Christmas. We put 700 Rand this month, and then the first of the month is when our debit order for our internet comes out. Also I sort out petrol for the coming week, and then the next debit order would be my iPhone and the card tracker. And also on the 3rd, I then wait for my phone claim to come in, because I claim for my phone, my work phone at work, and I received that. And also I had to pay for petrol here, which I didn't do. That's why there's a cross right there. So every single date, there is an expense that comes out, and I have to track it. I have to know what am I spending money on and how much I have left. Now this planner also has a affirmation spot, so you can put affirmations right here, speak it into existence. If you don't know anything about affirmations, it's basically writing things like they already happened that you wish to happen. So my affirmation this month was, I'm so thankful to have enough money to take care of my family and my needs and wants. Now with goals, you can put down your own goals, of course, over here. What I like to do is I like putting in the budget for the week. So this week the budget is pretty high, just because we then pay for rent and tackle some things. And then the following week, what are we budgeting? So we have different payments that come out of different cards. So some payments come out of KB's card, some payments come out of my card. So I just wrote that how much is coming out of KB's card this month, the budget for this past week, and then the budget for next week. Now, when you flip the page, there's also an expense and bills tracker. So where you list all your expenses. So you're gonna write a due date. So when your expenses are due, what expenses due on that date, how much are you budgeting, or how much do you need to pay for that, and is it a priority or not a priority? So is it a priority 1 or a priority 2? So I don't use priority 1 and priority 2 just because some things come out of my account, some things come out of KB's accounts. Things that come out of my account are usually priority 1s. Things that come out of KB's account are usually priority 2s. I'm sure in your household as well, there's always the main person who most bills come out of their card, and then KB just sends me the money to my card and then things get deducted. But we're still working on getting a joint account. So if you do have a joint account and you're married, then you're going to state priority 1 or priority 2, because everything is coming out on one card anyways. So like for example, rent, 6,500 is coming out of Norma's card. So the gym is coming out of Norma's card, etc, etc, etc. Petrol is coming out of KB's card, the Wi-Fi, KB's card, our car tracker, KB's card, you know, etc, etc. And then here you're going to write your total amount of expenses and how much is coming out of card number 1 and card number 2. Now there's also a meal plan here, just so you know how much you need to spend on groceries. So what I like to do with the meal plan, I like planning for dinner, just because we don't really eat breakfast, we only have coffee. So obviously there is a coffee there, and we eat really expensive coffee, just because we love coffee in this house. And also with lunch, we don't really have proper lunch. Like for example, KB is a chef, so he gets most of his lunch at work anyways, because he's working with food. And for me, what my lunch is usually, it's usually like an orange or any fruit with yogurt and protein powder in it. Or sometimes I'll just buy something from work, but I've already budgeted for that. Here there is KB and Norma, so it's like our allowance. So I would use money that's in our allowance for my lunch if I need to spend money at work, like there is a shop, you know, we can buy food and stuff. Now these are all of our expenses. So rent, gym, the car, insurance. So insurance can be like, you know, medical aid, car insurance, any other insurance, Netflix, petrol, food, Vodacom, Telcom, tracker, our allowance, KB and Norma, another food. The reason why there's 2 foods is because we buy it twice a month. Buying food once a month is not enough, and I'm sure you already know. So I was fooling myself doing that. It doesn't work. So we buy food for 2 weeks and we top it up the following weeks. Toiletries, Christmas savings, and mum. So sometimes, you know, I just pay my mom's DSTV or just help my mom out any way I can. All right, now we're going to break it down. So how do you break down your expenses? You separate them. How? There is online expenses, so things that you pay using your card or debit orders. There is your debt that you need to sort out as well. I call it debt-free journey, just because my goal is to become debt-free as well. Cash payments, so things that you're going to be using cash. See, this forces you to actually think, what can I actually use cash? Like for me, it's food, it's toiletries, and anything I'll be giving to my mom. Savings and sinking funds. Sinking funds are saving for the future. So for example, like Christmas is not going anywhere. We all know Christmas is coming, so start saving for Christmas today. That I add that there, or any other savings, like emergency fund or anything that doesn't like have a goal, you just adding on to it. You put it there. And food stamps, any unbudgeted extras. So this is where I'm going to add the petrol that right here, petrol that I used over this weekend that I had not budgeted for, and it's only just 200 rand. All right, now at the end, when you're done, you're then gonna list all the expenses. So all these expenses here, You're going to list them here, how much you spent, and then you're going to calculate the percentage. So whatever the income is, how much percent do you spend? So for example, I know for us, our rent is like 56% of our income. The goal is to go less than that, to be around 40%. So how do I do that? It's either I get extra income or I lower my rent. So you either get another job to bring in extra income, work more hours at work, or whatever you have to do to get more income, get a side hustle or whatever, or I get someone who's going to like live with us to pay half on rent or something like that. So that's basically how you look at the percentage. What are your priorities? So I remember the first time I did this and I realized that food was my highest percentage. It means food is my priority, which is not, but my budget is not lying. Numbers don't lie. And that's when I had to sort out my priority 1 and priority 2. But I'm going to come back at the end of this month where I close up this budget with you. I'm going to fill it in and do the percentages with you. And hopefully you are going to feel inspired to also start budgeting and start tracking your expenses, just so you're going to be on budget at all times. And then at the end here, it just says any lessons for the month. And there's just a free space to do your planning or writing or scribbling or ideas. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Before I finish, I also have a visual tracker for my Christmas savings. So my goal is to reach 6,000 rands. I am now on 3,400, which means I've passed halfway, which is great. And I also have a debt-free journey thing going on here. So basically my only debt is my car and my iPhone anyways. So I'm just tracking myself. I'm hoping to pay it off quicker than planned. So it's just something fun that I do on my own. You can get this tracker as well on my BFF page on Instagram. The link is on bio. Just download it, tag me, and let's start saving together. Bye.